I missed a drop on a pagan up. Still got beats, yeah, they still got. Run a man down in my Jordans, run a man down in my barmaid top. Messi, that's how I shoot my shot.
Alright, so I don't know how loud my background might be, but I figured since the baby is entertained by this little cocoa melon bullshit that I would try to make a little skin tutorial, because I know I had one, but the audio was terrible, and I think I was moving too fast and not really getting into the details of what I was doing. So let's just call this attempt number 2. Alright, so what I use is a 3D head, and I use the 3D head that Genius gives in their Pro Dev Kit. You can get the head at the main store, and let's see, the main store, and maybe you can email them, I don't know. But I do know it took me about 2 weeks to get the head, the dev kit delivered to me, and I get a lot of people saying, oh, they have not responded to me. All I can say is keep trying, because I don't want to give out somebody else's work. I know that you can easily find a lot of these heads online, honestly, which is how I created so many of my own kits, because Genius supplies one head and there are other heads, of course, and I have gotten all the heads online from forums, and I just have made a list of my own dev kits, and I will not be giving these out because I do not want to share somebody else's work that are not mine. But if you find the heads yourself and make your own dev kit, I mean, there's nothing I can really say, because I'm not enabling, but there are people out there who will, so okay. Um let's just put my graphics down on here so that I'm not lagging. I'm gonna actually put it on low. Alright, I put that on low. And I'm just gonna keep this zoomed in for when we come back to test the skin. Alright, back into my heads. This is the one I'm going to be using, the Genius Baby Dev Kit. Basically it's the same process for any head you use. I'm clicking and dragging it into Photoshop. And now we get the 3D head in this Photoshop window. Now, by default, the Genius already has things set up so that it's usable. Over here under style, you just have to press unlit texture so that you can get a similar layout to the Genius one if you're using a different head. So I believe it's solid when you first load up any 3D object, and I always change it to unlit texture because you get a real display of what the head will look like instead of like false lighting. I double clicked under where it says diffuse because this is where we actually get to see the texture that we see on the model. So it might take a little bit to load depending on what kind of computer you have. I know that because I'm streaming, my computer will be going slower than it usually does because I need more memory, but I will do my best for the purposes of this video. Okay, so this is the texture. that we see here. And so basically anything we do here will show up on there and vice versa. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to drag our base template onto the 2D layer so that our base template can be shown in 3D. I used a template from Wild Heart. I got it from Marketplace. I know a lot of people have something to say about that, and the thing is, at least it's doing things legitimately and not stealing. Unlike you copyrighting horse, but that's neither here nor there. Um, Anyway, I'm going to use this Wild Heart Ava head template base. I'm going to click and drag it into the 2D window. I'm going to scale it up so that each corner meets the corner. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let me just see if I can do it this way. Okay, this way works. Alright, so I'm gonna press OK. And now when we go back into our 3D window, after we give it a minute, the template will show. And now we have our base. So there are a lot of different ways to make skins, and I've even gotten some feedback after my first video saying, oh no, this is not how you make skin, this is morphing. You know, it at the end of the day, it's whatever you want to call it. It's called being able to make something you like, and maybe being able to master a craft and earn some profit on Second Life. So whatever you want to call it, it is what it is. I'm gonna show you what I know how to do. And you know, it's kind of hard for people to say things about it, but people will. At the end of the day, I'm just spreading on knowledge. Use it or don't. Alright, so the picture I'm gonna be using is of this girl I found on Instagram. I usually find my pictures from Instagram, photography websites, Tumblr, makeup artists websites, things like that. I have a few that I can pick from. I'm kind of feeling this girl. So let me look at this, make sure it's what I want to use. Yeah, I would really love to use her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this photo into our 3D window. I want to make the image as big as I can because I really want to zoom into the face so I don't make any kind of error. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is make the photo symmetrical in a way that it doesn't look weird. So her face is kind of tilted, so I'm going to use the move tool and I'm going to turn it a little bit and press OK. See, it might be able to be turned a little bit more, but I'm going to try this out first. So I'm going to the rectangle select tool. I'm going to select half of the face. I'm going to go to edit, copy, and then edit, paste. Now I'm going to go back into the move tool, right click on one of the lines and press flip horizontally. Holding down shift, I'm going to drag it to the other side. When I hold down shift, it locks it in so that it's going right and left. I'm going to press OK, and I'm going to hide where it says show transform controls so I don't see the little rectangle. Now I can move it some more using my arrow keys. And I think right here is a place where I like it. I'm going to use the erase tool to kind of erase where there are light differences so that it blends in. So the brush is big and the hardness is down. I'm just going to lightly brush over the places where it has transition lines. The lips right here. I don't want that line in between the nose. Kind of some forehead differences, but I will fix that manually. Let's see down here. Down here I might have to fix that manually too. So basically the gist of it is to get a base of the face we are trying to make. 1 second, my baby wants me to turn her on something else. I know, give me a minute. Give me a minute, hold on. Oh, the internet went out. Let me see. Oh, you turned off the Wi-Fi. You wanna watch Cocomelon? Or you wanna watch Word Party? Hmm? Here you go. You're welcome. Alright, so anyway, I don't know what I was just saying, but basically we want to make a symmetric face that looks pretty. So right now I have a good start. I'm going to merge these two layers by holding down one layer, shift and clicking another one. I'm going to right click and press merge layers. Now I'm going to smooth out these lines or color transitions even more. Like here we see it's kind of a dark line that doesn't really appear on a real face. So we're going to take it out. My bad, because I am really hoarse. I got sick from going outside without a coat, trying to be cute in Chicago. But yes, we're going to go into this tool, which is the healing brush tool, and brush big, hardness 0, and basically what we are going to be doing is selecting a part of her skin that we do like and brushing over the skin we don't like. So I'm going to press Alt, and this is how we're going to pick the skin. So I'm holding down Alt, I'm picking an area of skin that I like, and now I'm going to brush over the skin that I don't like. And that's basically it. It looks good enough to me. I'm gonna do it again for the forehead. It's a bigger area, so I'm going to make the brush even bigger. I'm gonna hold down Alt, click a skin that I do like, and run it over some skin that I don't like. And now it looks very smooth. And I just love her face. It's so cute. Next thing we want to do is bring down the smile a bit and fix the area where we can see her teeth. So now we're going to go into filter, liquify, and when we go into here, we're going to have so much that we can work with. So first things first is scroll all the way to the bottom, and if show backdrop is checked on, make sure you check it off. Once that's done, we can hover over the features of her face and we get knobs. These knobs are control points. So for instance, she's smiling and I want her to smile a little less. So I'm going to drag at the corners of her mouth and pull it down. Also, her lips are a little bit wide, so I'm going to pull them in a little bit. And the top lip should be more full, or at least that's what I would like. And the bottom lip is okay. So I think it's according to your own preference what you would like. You can do so many things with this feature. You really just have to get a style of the type of skin that you would like to make. So from here it gets kind of hard because everything is basically the artist's preference. But I'm not gonna do too much on her face just because it is a tutorial. So I'm gonna press OK. That's good enough for now. The corners of her mouth are really prominent, so I'm going to press Alt and color over the corners. And now things are getting to where I really, 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 really love this for skin. We're gonna name this the, let's see, what can we call this? The skin format or something like that. And it's good to get in the habit of naming your layers because you kind of want to keep saving as you go. And so if you get into any legal issues, like somebody saying, oh, this is my work, you stole it, you have the layers to prove and back up that, nah, ain't none of that. It has saved my life a few times. On IMVU, I never really had the problem on Secondlife. Well, actually, I did one time, but it was squashed really, 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 really fast because she's my mom now. Okay, so I'm going to basically from here select the face using the lasso select tool. Just outline the face. Go to edit and copy it. Go to edit and paste it. So this is our, we only need one of those actually. So this is our skin format. This is our skin no background. And now basically what we are going to do is try our best to hover these features over the features of the base template. So I'm going to unhide this, lower down the opacity, and go into my move tool. I'm going to reactivate show transform controls, and I'm going to scale it down and try my best to make these features go on top of the basis. So I'm going to zoom in a bit. I can see that her face isn't proportionate to the template. Easy fix. We're going to just first line it up the best we can. After that, just press OK. We're going to go into our filter, liquify, scroll all the way down, check on show backdrop, and we are going to use the first layer or the 3D head as our backdrop. And now we're going to move the features of her face to fit the Oh, my bad. I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, let me stay concentrated. Alright, so I'm moving the lips upward. Bring the smile down a bit. I do want to leave the nostrils a little bit wide. The eyes. Let's see, I gotta lower the opacity a bit. The eyes can be smaller. So I'm gonna go up to where it says eye size. There's an anchor here. The anchor makes sure that both things are moving together. So I click the anchor in the middle and I'm moving the eye size down. I want this corner to be where that corner is. This corner to be what that corner is. That looks good. I can't move the nose any more up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply it and then go back into the liquify tool so that my limits are refreshed. So go back into liquify. The same thing. We're just going to move it until it fits. So moving it up. Let's see. This can move up a bit. The lower lip is fine. And I think that pretty much fits. Let's see. The lip is a little bit smaller, but I'm not going to worry about that because actually in this base template, the lip overflows just a little bit. So now what we do is we are going to erase around the edges of the face. I did forget to remove her teeth. I'm going to do that after I finish this. So we're just erasing very smoothly. And now we kind of get an idea of what the skin might look like on our character. With a few exceptions of the eyes and the nostrils, I'm going to go in and I'm going to erase a bit where her nostrils are so I can use the nostrils of the base template. I just noticed it makes it easier for me, so just use actually I don't really like what it's giving. I'm gonna make the opacity lower. So I'm gonna Control Z to undo. I'm going to lower the opacity and erase that way. Okay, I think that's a bit better. It is a bit better, but I am going to smudge up a bit. Oop, this is not the smudge. This is the smudge. I'm gonna smudge it up a bit. All right. So yeah, let me close the mouth, and I do that by lasso select tool. I'm gonna select the upper lip. Copy and paste it. Then I'm going to use the move tool. Then here pops up the warp tool, and I'm going to use that to drag the lip down and closed. Press OK to lock it in. And now I'm going to erase the access that I left behind. Girl, here, let's see. Why do you keep turning the internet off? Crazy. Here you go. You're welcome. Alright, so now that we have this closed mouth, we are going to I actually want to erase a little bit more. All right, so we got this closed mouth, and now I'm going to merge it down, merge the layers. A few things you can do now are, I'm going to duplicate the layers so that everything I do, I can come back to the base. So some things that I would suggest doing is filter, sharpen, smart sharpen. This smooths out skin. If you press reduce noise and drag it all the way up, it will really smooth out the skin and also add sharpness around the edges. It takes a bit to show because I'm streaming, but this is one option you can do to enhance your skin. Another thing you can do is go to filter, stylize, oil paint, and that will smooth out things a lot too. Let's see, it will also give you kind of like a more hand painted vibe. Let's see, we completed these measurements, and honestly everything inside Photoshop is a playing game. Like, you have to try different things to see what you might or might not like. So you can even use a combination of this. Say you like this but you don't like it to this layer. You can lower the opacity. See, I'm doing too much. I'm freezing up. You can lower the opacity. You can keep what you do want, delete what you don't. So I'm gonna leave this at, if it will let me exit. Okay, let's leave that at 50. We can go in and erase where we want it to stay crispy at. I don't know, there's a lot you could really do in Photoshop, and I'm quite sure I even don't know a lot of things that are capable of being done. So anyway, I would just say from here to continue to tweak your face until you are satisfied with it. Once you are satisfied, then we can get into the actual creation of this picture onto a texture. So first thing I do is I remove the eyes, click one spot, hold down shift and click another spot to make like a line. Some people like to remove the lashes too, but for the sake of time, I'm not gonna be removing the lashes, even though it is a good idea if you're making custom skins to remove the lashes, because most skins that you buy at a store won't have lashes on them. Alright, I'm gonna do the same for this eye. I'm going to go back into the liquify tool because I can see that the eyes can be kind of placed better. So I'm gonna filter, liquify. I'm gonna drag the eye so that it completely covers the base template's eye, or the least, the most I can get it. So that's there, that's there. I think that should be okay. Let's see. I think that's good enough. It's not perfect, but it doesn't really have to be. This is just for the sake of showing you what you can do. So now, when we're ready to make this texture into a skin, what we do is we go into the face, add a new layer, go back to our 3D window, we right click over this layer and press merge down onto the 3D head. Give it some time, and when we go back to the 2D layer, now we have the skin template on here. Now from here, it is not perfect. You have to do a lot of edits, and that I can't really teach you because it really depends on your editing style. For certain, you're going to erase around the edges again because it might be a little sharp in some areas. Like here, around the eyes definitely needs to be fixed, and over here on the sides of the face can definitely be softened. For the most part, that is the hard thing to do, everything leading up to here. And once you have your template, it should be easy for you to go in and edit, because what you do here will show here always. Let's see. Let's turn template. So right here in the nose is something that you should focus on, because as you can see on the template, the nose gets kind of glitched out. That's something you have to manually fix. And as I said, lashes, the eyebrows, you should clean up around the brows, and basically those are all the tips I really know to give, because I don't know, it's really hard to teach somebody your particular editing style, but I figure if you know the basics, then that's all that is important. Now to show you how to apply the skin inside Second Life, you are going to get the Omega Pro, not the Omega Skin Kit. Hopefully I can go to it. My stuff is really lagging. I can't really do it yet. So I think I will make another video of showing how to make the Omega applier. So for now, this is my skin tutorial. I hope it helps whoever I give this to. Of course, if you have questions, let me know. And I might even redo this video a third time. It just depends on if I have the time and a quieter background. And now here she goes crying. I knew that this cocoa melon shit was not gonna last long. So I'm going to stop the recording, come back at another time, and do the Omega applier tutorial. Have a great day, everybody who's watching. I hope you do not redistribute this video, because what's the problem? Because anybody I give this video to is I specifically gave it to them. This will not be a public video, hopefully. So yeah, just give me feedback. Maybe the next video I do will be public. And I think that's it. So bye.
I missed a drop on a pagan up. Still got beats, and they still got. Run a man down in my Jordans, run a man down in my barmaid top. Messy.